Diaries of a Pastor's Wife with Lady Jim.
Hey y'all, how are you? This is Lady Jim. I just came on to kind of just talk about my week, talk about me, and talk about God's goodness and grace and mercy. Um, so yeah, this is me unscripted. Well, I'm not really scripted anyway, but just wanted to get on here and talk and just be real. Um, and deal with like the realities of life and um, learning to depend on God. So let me tell y'all, this has been a rough week. I mean, I feel like I haven't cried this much in a very long time. Um, and it's amazing how we get so caught up in life and work and family and trying to be the best you and provide everybody with what they need, and you can't do it all. Can't do it all by yourself. You definitely have to get support, lean and depend on your family and God and like your church family, and friends. And let me tell y'all, this week, this has been one for the the annals that needs to be recorded in the annals of time, because um yeah, I don't even, it's like I don't even have words. But I think I came to like a breaking point. It seems that, I don't know, spiritually I've been very heavy, um concerned about my children, my family, my in-laws, my parents. Like, it seems like there's a lot going on. And it's a lot like coming at us, at one time. Um, and when you get something in concentrated doses, it's very strong. It can be a little overwhelming, especially when you don't water that thing down. You don't have an opportunity to really process things, because in real and live time, things are just hitting you left and right in your forehead, bumping in the back of your head. Um, and it has really been a lot. And it's not just the week that passed, but it just seems like it has taken its toll. And I think I just started to process everything, and then working a job that, I'm grateful for the job, grateful for the paycheck, but when you start something new and you don't know what's going on, and you're not prepared, I think is the best word. And the job is very consuming. I think I've been getting on like at 7:30 a.m. and I'll take maybe an hour break, and then I'm not off until maybe like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And it's like, it's overwhelming, especially when you don't know what you're doing. And when you're a person like me, who, I'm very hard on myself, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So, like, when I don't like making mistakes, I don't like messing up continuously. I don't like making the same mistake over and over and over and over again. But it seems like that is where I'm at. And then knowing that, I want to put God first and make sure that He is first in everything that I do. Um, and it's like, you have this job, and it seems overwhelming, and it's like, is that taking over the space that I have set aside for God? Is that impeding on my time with Him or on the things that I need to do for Him? Um, but yeah, I came to a breaking point and I just started boohooing and crying like I was probably like 4 years old and somebody stole, my candy or my best friend. um, and I, um, I just really had to think of how the enemy knows how to come against me in areas that will break me down because of knowing that I don't like make mistakes over and over again, and I am a bit of a perfectionist. And all of that is just becoming too much, and I try to step back and be like, hey, give yourself some grace. But it's like, how much grace can you give? And I guess I need more because I was like, look, I'm about to say, forget all this. Let me just go on welfare and call it a day because my brain and my capacity has reached its limit. Um, and it was interesting how the same day that I had just like this breakdown, I went to our praise and worship rehearsal, and it was almost like something was started to lift off of me, just being able to sing His praises and to realize that I serve a God that everything is in His hands and nothing is too big for Him. And, He's looking at this probably, what I'm going through, and I'm crying out, God, please help me. Why is this happening? And why is that happening? Um, and to realize that there are so many things that are so much bigger than what I'm looking at. And there's, He has so much greater. And for me to be able to have patience and to walk how He wants me to walk and to listen when He wants me to listen and shut up when I'm supposed to, um, and go through the journey, and learn lessons that I'm supposed to learn. But it's like I'm kicking and screaming and crying like I don't want to go through this. I don't want to do this. Like I, oftentimes I think about my complaints, and I realize that people are going through things that are so much worse than what I'm complaining to God about. And I try to do a reality check, and to put things into um, the right context, because what I'm going through is not earth shattering. It is not that I got a diagnosis of cancer or that a family member is dying. I'm going through, or at the job, I'm going through things that are very minimal, and not a challenge for the God that I serve and that I believe in. But I feel like I'm making those things so much bigger and greater than what they have to be. And, I'm just like, God, forgive me for just taking things just and blowing them up. Now, are there challenges? Absolutely. Um, do I want to just fail? No, I don't. But I need to let God teach me what He needs to teach me, and I need to learn these lessons so that I can graduate on to the next thing. And I really, it pains me that I have to continuously learn over and over again that these life lessons are just lessons. It's not the end. It's not that I can't be taught. Um, but I need to learn to put things in the proper context and perspective and stop blowing things, out of proportion. And, I thank God for the word that was even preached on today. And oh boy, how I'm looking at things and realizing that if the enemy knows where my weaknesses are, well, obviously, if he's going to look at little on me, there must be something that God wants to do in me that is greater that the enemy wants to stop. Do I know what that is? Absolutely not. And that's one of the things I say all the time. I'm just like, God, I don't know what it is. I don't know what gifts that I have that you want to use. I don't know how you want to use me. I feel like I'm just out here floundering most of the times like a fish out of water. Um, but I do want to be used, and I do want to be a vessel that He will use for His glory, to shine a light and for others to see hope. Um, and I know that I put myself down a lot. And this is just me being real. Am I a pastor's wife? Yes, I am. Do I want to support him in everything, so that he can be used in the kingdom? Yes, I do, absolutely. Do I want to be used? Yes. Um, but I find myself not knowing exactly what it is that God placed me here for. And that can be frustrating, because it's like I see so many people that use their gifts and their gifts are prominent and they're just like, this is what God has called me to do. And I'm like, hey, I am happy for you. And I'm a little bit jealous because I cannot pinpoint exactly what gift it is, um, that God wants to use. So all I can do at this point is that I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to get on here. I'm going to speak to you guys that, we can have those weeks, those months, those periods in time where they are overwhelming. And you feel like you just don't know what you're supposed to do. But you do believe in God and you do believe in that there's a purpose, and our purpose is all of us. If I don't have that specific gift that I can just look and pinpoint and call out, I know that God has said we are supposed to shine a light. We are supposed to let people know about Him so that they have hope, so that they can see that the God that created everything wants to love them, so I can go on and on and on about what gifts there are that I have no clue that He wants to use me in, but I do know that He has told us that we are supposed to shine a light. We are supposed to let everybody know about Him. So at the end of the day, I know that's what I am called to do, and we're all called to do that. But I I'm human just like everybody else, and I struggle just like everybody else. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's like a crazy noise I have never heard before in my life. So if y'all heard that, maybe that's a sign. But I have to learn to be obedient, and this is not like a long, drawn out thing, but I'm asking you guys to pray for me as I pray for you. That we try to stay focused on God, because the enemy is going to be around us with all these distractions, um, where we are not going to be obedient because we're distracted. And the enemy knows how to distract us because he comes at our weaknesses. So I'm praying for you guys and I'm praying for myself. The areas that we need to build those areas up to become strong so that we're not weak. But we are human. But we can lean on each other, and lean on God, because He is the creator of all things. He is the author and finisher of our lives. And we have to stay focused on getting His word out. So many are trying to mute us MUTE, mute us, those that love God and are followers of Christ. Um, they want to make sure that we are silenced. And we can't allow that, because at the end of the day, even if they threaten our lives, threaten our jobs, threaten our livelihood, threaten, our ability to get together and fellowship, and it's coming. I don't know how people cannot see it. Um, they're not silencing Muslims. They're not silencing, if you're Buddhist or Hindu, or those aren't silent. They're coming after us. Those that love God and are followers of Christ, they are coming for us. And we need to stay vigilant in the word, because the enemy is coming. And if we are not prepared, we are going to be in crisis. So we need to lift up those that are believers, but we need to call out and allow our lights to shine for those that don't know Him. So, stay focused, you guys. I know I have to talk to myself, to stay focused. So I'm out here talking to you guys to stay focused. We have to lean and depend on Him. Times are going to get harder than what they are. And a lot of things are going to come at us at one time. And we have to be able to focus on Him, lean on those that love us, but make sure that the word gets out. So that's all. I just wanted to come on here. It's been a week. I'm asking y'all to pray for my loved ones, for my family. So many things are coming at our family, and it's all coming at one time. But we are staying steadfast, and we're believing and trusting in Him. Sometimes, you wake up and it's a rainy day, and you're down, but we have to stay lifted up, um, and know that God is who He is. He is sitting on the throne, and that He gave the life of His only begotten Son so that we could be here and that we could be saved. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that. I thank God for music. I thank God for praise and worship, because that's what lifts me up. It might not be for everybody, but for me, that's what works. And I just thank God that I have that in my life. All right, praying for you guys. Asking that you guys pray for me and for my family. All right, you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And just remember that He's coming for us. The enemy is coming, but we got to stay focused. All right, y'all. Peace, love, hair grease, and all that.